Out in the open. His real goal was finally out in the open. This means that something is exposed or no longer hidden or secret. Overhead. An example of an overhead expense or cost could be electricity, rent, and other ongoing things you pay for, but that isn't directly attributed to creating a product or service. Pain point. Pain points are specific problems faced by current or prospective customers in the marketplace. Pain points include any problems the customer may experience along their journey. Pivot. Voted Word of the Year in 2020 by the Association of National Advertisers in the U.S. A pivot means fundamentally changing the direction of a business when you realize the current products or services aren't meeting the needs of the market. Point of sale. The actual place where your product is sold to the customer. Point out. To highlight, to tell someone something. If you point out a mistake, you draw their attention to it. Proactive. To be proactive at work is to take the initiative on something. Perhaps you start looking into something without waiting for your coworkers. Proposal. A proposal is a suggested plan or offer, terms or conditions proposed. Send me the proposal by tomorrow. P.S. means someone added something at the end of an email or letter. Put all one's eggs in one basket. Diversify your options. I'm calling 5 customers because I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. Quick win. A solution or initiative is defined as a quick win if it is easy, fast, and relatively cheap to implement. R&D Department. Research and Development Department. R&D Department. Activities that companies undertake to innovate and introduce new products and services. Reach out.
Exact
Reach
match
out to
and I'll
Anna
close
to
the
see
bracket.
if she can get you
So
up to
once I press
speed.
enter, you see it says the position
To reach
number of
out in
laptop
English
is 6.
is to contact
Similarly,
someone,
if I want the
to
position
get in
number
touch with
of, let's say, camera, it was position number is 2.
Red tape.
So I hope you have got it.
There was a lot of red tape, and I couldn't get all the paperwork
In this video,
ready.
we'll be looking how to lock the cells
Official
and
rules
unlock
and
the cells.
procedures
Let's see that.
seem unnecessary
I
and
have some
cause
data
delay.
here in A1 to A10, right? And I want to
Remote
unlock
work.
this 10 cells and I want to lock the entire
Unless
sheet.
you've been living
Now
under a
before
rock
going to
since
that
COVID
topic, let's see
started,
what it is.
you probably
By
already
default,
know that
any
remote
property
work
of a
means
cell
that an
is
employee
locked.
performs
Any
their
cell.
job tasks
Let's see
from
if I have
home,
cell number B2
not at the
and if I
office.
want to find out whether it is locked or unlocked, how do I find out? I'll just right click on that cell and if you see there's an option as
Roadmap.
format cells. So in this format cells
strategic
dialog box,
plan
if
that
you see it
defines
is saying
a
as
goal or
locked.
desired
Right?
outcome.
So I'll try at one
It
more
also
place.
includes
I'll
the
keep
major
my cursor in
steps
this
or
cell.
milestones needed
Right
for
click,
your company
say
to
as
reach the
format
goal.
cells, and if you see here the dialog box, it says locked. So in short, all the cells in the sheet are locked.
Rock
right?
the boat.
So now what I want is,
She
now
doesn't
when I
want to
protect
rock
the
the
sheet,
boat
when I
means
right
she
click on the
doesn't want
sheet
to
and if I
upset
click on this
someone or
protect sheet
disturb a
and if I
situation.
put a password as 123, enter 123, enter.
Safe bet.
Now any cell if you try
A
to double
sure,
click
safe
like this
bet
one
is
or
something
this
that is
one,
very
by
likely
default it
to
is locked.
happen.
Right?
It's a safe bet that Monica will get the promotion. Scalable. Scalability means a company can perform well as its workload expands. For example, if you get a lot more customers, your company won't be held back by a lack of employees or know-how. See eye to eye. To be in full agreement. My manager and I don't always see eye to eye, but she's good at what she does. See something through. It means you
The
continue
property.
until
So it
something
will
is
not
finished.
allow me to do anything. Right?
Sometimes
so
it
now
might
what
be
is the question
difficult,
here?
but
The
you'll
question
still
is
see
if I
it
want to
through to the
unlock
end.
10 cells and lock the entire sheet. So for
Shoot
demo purpose,
something down.
I will unlock this A1
To
to
put an
A10
end
and
to
lock
something.
the entire sheet. So when the user opens, he'll be able
Show
to
of
edit
hands.
that. Let's see how. First I'll
When
unlock
there's
the
a
sheet.
show of hands,
right
you're
click,
supposed to
and I'll
raise
say
your
as
hand to
unprotect,
show if you support
password
or not a
123.
suggestion.
Now what I'll do is I'll select this 10 cells,
Skill
right?
set.
And press
Something that
Control
someone
1.
is good
Control
at,
1 is a shortcut
especially
key to get
things
this
that are
dialog box,
useful
that
in
is
a
format
particular
cells,
job.
or else you can just right click on the cell and say as format cells.
Slack.
Now I'll just say as
Showing a lack
unlock
of
and I'll click on
activity,
OK.
not
Now the
busy or
entire 10
happening in a
cells have been
positive way.
unlocked. Now
Slack
after
is
that, that's
also
the
a
first
messaging app
Control
for
1.
businesses
Control
that
1 is a
connects
shortcut key
employees
to
to
get
the
this dialog
information they
box, that is
need.
format cells, or else you can just right click on the cell and say as
Smooth
format cells.
sailing.
Now I'll just say
The
as
term
unlock
comes
and I'll
from
click on OK.
navigation, but
Now the
refers to
entire 10
something
cells
that
have
is
been unlocked.
effortless, without
Now
problems.
after that, that's the first step. So after that, I have selected 10 cells,
Stakeholder.
unlocked 10 cells. The last
A
step is I need to
stakeholder could
protect
be
a
an
sheet.
employee,
How do I protect?
investor,
Right click on the sheet
customer,
name
etc.,
and you can just click on
who
this
is
protect
involved
sheet
in or
and I'll
buys
put a
from a
password.
business and has an interest in its
123
success.
password 123. That's all. Now
Stand
if you click on
one's
this
ground.
sheet, like say if I double click
To
on this, I'll
refuse
get an
to
error
change your
message. If I
mind
double
about
click on this
something,
D1, I'll get error
even though
message.
people are
If I double
opposing
click
you.
here, error message. But
Eve
what if I
stood her
click
ground
double click
and
here?
showed she wasn't
I'll be
worried
able to
about the
edit.
other
So like
proposal.
this, I can just type here anything.
Startup.
But once I
A
go
new
to cell number
business that
A11,
started
it will throw an
fairly
error
recently.
message. So this way what you can do is, you can unlock
Stay
this
ahead
10
of the
cells
curve.
and lock the entire sheet. So
The
these are the steps
curve is
written
an
for your
imaginary
understanding and you can
graph.
use it.
It means to
Next
be one
one,
of the first
similar to
companies
that,
to
but you
change
can
to
see
a
vice
new
versa
idea
already.
or way of doing something that
How do
later
I lock
becomes
the 10
generally
cells
popular.
and unlock the entire sheet? It is lock this 10 cells
Streamline.
and unlock the entire sheet.
To make your
right?
business work
so
more
for that,
simply
I
and
just need to
effectively,
unproduct
we
the sheet.
streamlined the
1, 2, 3.
process.
Okay. So I'll just create a duplicate.
Summary. She made a summary of her main points going forward. A summary doesn't give all the details. It's a
Duplicate of
short
the sheet here.
statement about something.
I'll just copy and create a new sheet.
Swag. Swag at an event refers to free promotional items and products given
Let's see
to
now,
attendees.
fresh start. How do I lock 10 cells and unproduct the entire sheet? So by default, all the cells are locked, right? So I need to unlock the entire sheet.
SWOT.
That's the first thing. So I'll select
It's
the
an
entire sheet first
abbreviation for
and
an
I'll unlock
analysis
it.
of your business.
Right click,
Strengths,
format cells,
weaknesses,
and I'll say as
opportunities,
unlock.
threats.
So I have selected the entire sheet,
Synergy.
unlock the entire cells. So
When
you can
two
see here,
people or
I have
companies
unlocked
combine
the
their
entire
efforts
cells
and ideas
like
to get
this.
additional advantages such
Yeah.
as profits,
And I'll click on
etc.,
OK. Now the third step is lock 10 cells.
Talk
How do I
someone
lock
into
10 cells
something.
is, so I'll select again
This is when
A1
you
to A10
persuade someone to
and then
do
I'll right
something.
click on the cell
I talked him
format
into
cells dialog
contacting the
box,
client again to see
and-
if we can solve this.
and I'll lock this. So we are on the third step,
Targets.
lock 10 cells. So once I click
Our
on
target
OK,
is to
the last
double
step
our
it says as
sales
protect sheet.
means your
So once I
objective,
protect
goal,
sheet, so
or
this
aim.
condition will be satisfied. That is locking 10 cells.
Task
So I'll right click
force.
on the sheet and I say as protect
Linda
sheet
put together
and
a
the
task
password 1 to
force to
3.
solve the
Enter
problem.
1 to 3.
Means she created a group of
Now,
people that
if
are
I
to
double
deal
click
with
on this
something.
cell, I'll not be able to do. If I double click
Tasks.
outside, I'm able to type anything.
A task
So you
is a piece
understand
of work
how I
that
did
someone
it.
needs
If I
to
double
do.
click here, it throws in, yeah, I'm able to type here.
Team
But if I double
player.
click here,
Derek isn't
in
a
this
team
video
player.
we'll be looking how
He
do we
never
protect a
shares
sheet.
information.
There are various methods to protect sheet, almost
means
4
Derek
methods.
doesn't work
Let's see
well
those
as
one
a
by
member
one.
of the group.
The easiest and simplest method is how do we protect this?
The elephant
You
in the
just need
room.
to right click on the sheet name
When
and you
there's
can
an
see there's an
elephant
option
in the
protect
room,
sheet.
you have an
So
important
once you click on this
problem
protect
that
sheet,
everyone
you'll get a
knows
dialog
about.
box.
Yet no
That
one
dialog box will
mentions
ask you
it.
for a password and what are the
Think
permissions you're
outside the
giving for the
box,
people who
add
don't have the
seed.
password.
To look
So
at
right
your
now I'll enter the
business and
password
come up
as
with new
1 2 3,
ideas
the
of doing
simplest and
something,
easiest to remember.
or doing something in
Enter
a different
1 2
way.
3. Enter. So now once you protect a sheet,
Touch
if I
base.
try to type anything or if I
Let's
try to
touch
click on
base
any
tomorrow
option, I'll get an
means
error
to
message.
talk with someone
you can
tomorrow.
see here. The error message
Usually for
says
just
the
a
cell
short
or
while.
chart you're trying to change is a protected sheet. So you cannot make any
Trademark.
modifications in this. So now,
special
also if I
symbol,
want to change something here,
design,
let's say if I want
word,
to change
etc.,
the options like,
used to
I'll
represent
just
a
right click on the
product,
column heading.
brand, or
If I
company.
want to insert, delete, or if I
registered
want to
TM,
format any columns,
trademark,
similarly, if I
can't be
want to
used by other companies.
format anything in the row wise, the options are
Twist
disabled.
someone's
right?
arm.
So this way you can protect a
When
sheet.
you persuade
But now
or
I'll give you
talk
something
someone
extra.
into doing something
If
they
you want to
don't
protect
really
a sheet,
want
but
to
you
do.
want to give a permission,
If
what
you
are the
twist my
permissions?
arm,
Let's say
I'll
for
come to the
example,
business
if you
meeting,
want the user
and
to
I'll
insert
even
and delete
speak
something,
English.
right? So how we can go for it? So I'll show you first.
Unanimous.
Now first I'll
Everyone
unprotect this
is
sheet.
in
I'll just right click on the
complete
sheet and I'll unprotect.
Whoa-hoo.
I remember the password was 1 2 3. Enter.
Upskill.
Now I said if I want to give some permission for
pretty much
inserting
means
and
the
deleting
same
a
as
sheet,
training in
deleting rows,
English.
how we can go? I'll
Let's
just right click on
upskill
this
our assistants instead of
protect
hiring
sheet
more senior
and I'll
employees.
click on protect sheet. Earlier I gave a password. Now what are the extra
USP.
permissions I'm giving to people who
Unique
don't have a
selling
password?
point.
I'll just ask him
What
to
makes your
insert
company's
rows,
product different and more
insert columns,
attractive?
and let's say delete columns
Video
and delete rows.
conference.
Four permissions
A
I'm giving
system
it.
like Zoom,
And the password I'll give
Teams,
as 1, 2,
etc.,
3.
that makes it possible to have meetings with
1,
people
2,
in
3.
different
Enter.
parts of the
Earlier,
world
if you remember,
by
it was
sending
not allowing me
images
to
and
insert and
sound
delete rows and
electronically.
columns. Now let's see how we can see.
Vision
Right click.
statement.
Now if you see the options, that is
A
insert
very
and delete
common
columns,
English
it is allowing.
expression.
Similarly,
It's a
if I
written
right click on the
document
column
that
heading, it is
describes where
allowing
a
me for
business is
inserting
going
and deleting
and
the
what
rows.
it will look like
So
when
this
it
way
gets
you can
there.
add and
Word
you can
of.
protect a sheet. I'll show you some
Many
other methods.
recommendations for our business come from word of mouth. That simply means your customers heard about you from their friends, neighbors, co-workers, etc. Workflow. How a particular project or task is organized by a company, including which part of a project someone is going to do, and when they are supposed to do it. Zoom call. I'll send you a Zoom invitation. That means someone wants to have a video conference with you using Zoom as the provider.